What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about a crazy new rumor regarding Modern Warfare 3 maps being taken for Black Ops 6. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and as a big reminder, we got plenty of brand new article coverage going up on detonated.com for those who want to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty, whether it's Season 6 and The Haunting, or of course the upcoming Black Ops 6. I also want to thank you guys for all the support on my COD Next vlog that went out a couple of days ago. It was sitting on the channel ready to premiere live with the chat for a good 4 or 5 days, but I had to keep pushing it back because of everything going on with the weekend 2 of the beta, which got extended, and even what ended up being the full reveal of Season 6 a little bit earlier than anticipated. So much love for all the support on that unique video. I hope to make more IRL type content over the course of BO6's life cycle. So once again, if you guys did miss the live premiere, the VOD is still available here on the channel. But as you guys can probably tell by the title, this is another episode of my community quote series where we go ahead and take some wild community quotes that I saw somewhere on social media, and we go ahead and dissect them within a commentary. As I always say though, I don't always agree with the actual quote that I'm seeing, but I'm just ready to go ahead and break down whatever it was in a full-length video. So first, certainly foremost, we did get a brand new scoop over on Detonated a couple of days ago. I reached out to Activision wondering if XP tokens are going to carry forward from Modern Warfare into Black Ops, and here's a specific answer that I got. Your XP tokens can still be used in Warzone even when Black Ops 6 integrates with Warzone in Season 1. That means omnidirectional support on Urzikstan, the release of Area 99. Even when that happens, you could still use all the current tokens that you can see in COD HQ. But when it comes to booting up Black Ops 6 specifically, whether it's multiplayer or zombies, you cannot use any of your Modern Warfare tokens that you currently could be sitting on. So I've seen some mixed responses to this. I've seen some folks say, oh, well, now it's kind of just a race to see who can get as many monster tokens as they can so that they can hit max rank or max weapon level pretty quickly within the launch window of Black Ops 6, even though it would be the same kind of deal, right? If somebody was just sitting on 100 XP tokens for Modern Warfare, that would give them an advantage for the launch window of Black Ops 6. But I've seen other folks say that this is fair, considering that there should be a fresh start so that nobody out there has any type of XP advantage when the game just comes out. Now, people can feel how they want about this. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I do understand the complaint about how COD HQ has unified the Call of Duty franchise, yet you're restricted on what you can carry forward from game to game. Look, I agree with having a fresh start in BO6 when it comes to operators, weapons, and just about everything else, but I would like an exception here and there to things like the celebrity or haunting operator skins. You guys can probably agree. When it comes to XP tokens, I don't really care about starting over. I mean, if anything, having less XP tokens means I have to play the game more, which I don't see as a bad thing, but you guys can feel free to drop your comments down below. I'm also aware there was a bug during the Warzone 1 era where even if you popped an XP token in, let's say, MW3 or Cold War, then jumped over into Warzone, you'd have an invisible timer, but the XP bonus would still be active on your account. So it's very possible a bug like that does exist again within COD HQ. We'll just have to wait and see. But speaking of carry forward, how would you guys feel about maps carrying forward into Black Ops 6? This is a bit of an odd topic, but as you guys might be aware of, I did post a video around a week ago now talking about our first look at every launch multiplayer map for Black Ops 6. The maps that you didn't get to play in the beta. We got access to about 8 maps in the early access period, and there's another 8 maps that we're gonna have to wait until October 25th to jump into. Now, I do want to mention real quick, according to the list that Treyarch posted on Twitter, the map Sandhouse, which is going to be a strike experience based on Nuketown, that may have apparently been renamed to Warhead, unless Warhead is the name of another map that's going to be coming out in Season 1 or something. Not sure what's really going on there, because Sandhouse was missing from the list, and Warhead's there in its place. Not sure what the deal is, but I'll keep you guys posted if any new information is learned. But keeping that in mind, there was a rumor that popped up several months ago from one of the insiders, leakers, or scoopers over on Twitter. I don't remember if it was Ghost of Hope, Bob Network UK, one of those usual fellas that post things about Call of Duty. The rumor actually suggested that there would be maps borrowed from Modern Warfare 3 and plopped into Black Ops 6. Now, a couple of days ago, strangely enough, Charlie Intel, who obviously has sources, went ahead and posted about the rumor, likely because they heard similar information from their folks. And the rumor does suggest that MW3 Season 5 and 6 has had less of a multiplayer offering because Treyarch needs some of those maps for the Black Ops 6 6 post-launch cycle. So the question is, if this rumor is to be believed, are the maps they borrowed from Sledgehammer for the launch window of BO6, or are all of them for the seasonal updates? Because we actually don't know. I mean, for all we know, some of the maps they confirmed for launch could have originally been planned for MW3, but got borrowed for BO6, and then a 90s aesthetic and theme was applied to that map so that it fits the new Black Ops title. But let me know in the comments if any of the launch maps look like they could have been for MW3. Even if they are, here's what I think, right? The maps are going to get a 90s spin regardless so that they fit Treyarch's style, and Sledgehammer did an amazing job with the multiplayer support in Modern Warfare 3, so I wouldn't really mind that. But let me continue, right? Sledgehammer has had so much time to work on just 6v6 for MW3, considering that they did the campaign together with Infinity Ward. All their launch MP maps were remakes of the MW209 experience, and they didn't have to really work on zombies until much later after Treyarch stepped off. So considering that we haven't really gotten any support for ground war, invasion, or even gunfight, all of their focus has really just been on 6v6. We obviously had the Get High experiences as well, and a bunch of really cool LTMs for multiplayer, but it makes sense as to why the output was so strong for MW3 multiplayer. They just had so many more resources going into just that mode alone. Now, I know what's going to happen in the comments of this video. Oh, 4 years, 4 years. Treyarch had so much time to work on Black Ops 6. How could this be the case? Is this a bad sign or a bad look for the upcoming Black Ops game? Here's what I'll remind you guys about again. Yes, it's been about 4 years since the launch of Black Ops Cold War, Treyarch's last premium title, but look at the amount of projects they had to step in to work on over the last couple of years. I guess I'll get called the show for saying this, but think about it. Treyarch had to work on Ranked for Vanguard multiplayer, the zombies for that game, Ranked for MW2 multiplayer and Warzone 2.0, then Ranked for MW3 multiplayer, as well as the Outbreak 2.0 MWZ experience, on top of doing the Resurgence ranked mode as of a couple of months ago. Then they've also had to go ahead and work on Area 99, the Season 1 Warzone map, thankfully while Raven was working on the Black Ops 6 campaign, but they've had to work on a number of different projects. I mean, let's look at the big one overall. They actually bailed Sledgehammer out of Cold War's development since apparently, according to Kotaku and other media outlets, Cold War was going to be Sledgehammer's Call of Duty in 2020 alongside Raven. So I think after all that Treyarch has done over the last couple of years, it doesn't bother me at all. They might have had to borrow a few maps from MW3 to ensure that the post-launch of Black Ops 6 is as healthy as what you'd expect from a premium DLC cycle like one we've been getting for MW3 and games prior. Now, it would be cool if at some point some transparency is posted, let's say by Activision or somebody that says, hey, some of these maps you're about to see in Black Ops 6 Season 2 or 3 were actually from Modern Warfare 3. Maybe some folks will just catch on if they've heard this rumor, and they'll kind of notice that the map sort of feels like it would be a Sledgehammer experience from their previous title. It would be cool if that was announced officially, but I highly doubt that'll be the case because, again, it creates more negativity and more controversy that apparently Treyarch was lazy and was sitting on their thumbs for the last couple of years without the actual knowledge of what Treyarch has had to go through these last few years. Again, I'm not even a dev. I don't work the studio, and even I can tell you that based on what Treyarch has had to juggle these past couple of Call of Duty titles, it's completely fair. They might have had to borrow a couple of maps here and there. Now, thinking about this, right? Treyarch didn't have to do the campaign for either Cold War or Black Ops 6, but within BO6, they're going to be juggling zombies, that's a big one, 6v6 multiplayer, strike experiences for face-off and gunfights, possibly even a fireteam or combined arms mode if that comes back, and they just had to work on the Warzone Season 1 map for Resurgence, so Treyarch has never really just had to focus on 6v6 anyway, so it really doesn't shock me that maybe Activision now has an expectation to release more than 4 6v6 maps per season, whereas Treyarch can only commit to like 3 tops because they're working on so many other experiences for every major content drop. Now, I'm not saying this speaks for everybody, but I can't imagine some of the biggest haters about this news, and by the way, this is not even confirmed yet, this is just a rumor that'll probably never officially get addressed by either studio or Activision. I can't imagine that some of the haters talking about this are massive fans of MW3 or anything. They're just looking for the easiest opportunity to bash on Treyarch, to bash on Call of Duty as they always do, looking for new ways to be negative because that gets views on the internet. That's the issue with having a longer dev cycle. Expectations get higher and higher higher, which then, as a result, cause issues like this, where a game like Black Ops 6 that has had extra dev time could essentially do no wrong, because if there's any mistake with the game or any bug or any error, people are going to say, oh, what was Treyarch doing for all these years, right? I could already foresee any type of bug that gets found throughout BO6, and people are going to just clap back with, oh, what were they doing for 4 years? What happened? What I'll also say is, for just about every recent Call of Duty title in my memory, there are so many studios helping out with each of the modes, to the point where, again, it doesn't bother me if they're like, hey, you know, Treyarch bailed Sledgehammer out a number of times now on a number of fronts. Can Sledgehammer step in throughout BO6's life cycle and help out with some 6v6 support? Nobody would be mad about that. Obviously, an announcement about that would be great. There would still be some controversy, and the usual echo chambers on Twitter and Reddit would talk crap, but it would be cool to hear about that, because Sledgehammer did so well with Modern Warfare 3's live service support. Nobody would really complain if they have a brain. They would be like, hey, you know, Treyarch needs some help. They're working hard on zombies and these other modes. Hey, add in a couple of extra 6v6 maps with the help of another studio. Who would really complain about more content? But if you look at how the COD cycle typically works, people typically drop off from the current COD after around like season 5, 6-ish. I mean, especially season 5 with MW3, the BO6 beta was going on. Some folks were probably not on the current COD. And then season 6 is just really about the haunting anyway, and a majority of that content's over in Warzone. So I think kind of went under the radar a little bit that maybe a couple of maps from seasons 5 and 6 back to back got borrowed for BO6's post launch. I think that's totally cool. Might as well save them for the newer game that is about to come out relatively soon, a game that people are currently talking the most about. But if you're somebody that really enjoyed Modern Warfare 3, I could totally understand your frustration if you expected the same amount of live service support that we got in the first couple of seasons, now during season 5 or later in season 6. Totally get if you're upset about getting 5 shipment variants to close out the multiplayer life cycle, but if you're a person that's looking forward to Black Ops 6, it might just mean that there's a lot more multiplayer content on the table now thanks to Sledgehammer. Now, the last thing I'll end is with the rumor that has not been confirmed at all yet, the possibility of a futuristic Black Ops game in 2025 that's going to be around a year from now. With that rumor in mind, if both Treyarch and Sledgehammer are going to be responsible for pumping out that game together, then it could totally make sense that they're also working together right now to ensure Black Ops 6 gets 6 healthy seasons of content, regardless of who has to make the 6v6 map, regardless of who has to make the gunfight map. It totally makes sense that they're already working together now, because they're working together on what's about to be a new Black Ops game that comes out around a year from now. And who's not to say that some of the gunfight or ground war maps that Sledgehammer may have made for MW3 are actually the maps that got saved for Black Ops 6? What if it's not just typical 6v6 that may have gotten saved? Let's just wait and see what ends up happening. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on a bit of a carry forward update in regards to Black Ops 6? We went over XP tokens and the potential for maps to have been saved from the current Call of Duty, which are going to end up coming out presumably in the post-launch for Black Ops 6's life cycle. Leave our thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.